G'day, and welcome to Stories of Mind, Solutions for Living. We did yoga when I was a kid, the whole family. 2 of us were skeptics, 3 were believers. I was one of the skeptics. I'm Terry Hannon, an Australian psychologist. I needed convincing, and I was told yoga is based on observations of animals made over many centuries and then applied to humans. For example, early observers noticed that animals that breathe faster, like little birds, live shorter, more agitated lives. And animals that breathe slower, like elephants, live longer, calmer lives. That's why so much of yoga is based on breath. Well, that made sense to me. One day the guru guy said something fascinating. It stayed with me to this day. And in light of what is now known about neuroscience, the body and brain interface, etc., it carries even more authenticity. We had just learned an exercise they called equal breathing, where you make your in-breath and out-breath of equal length. And the guru started talking about the basis for this exercise. Yoga, he said, or Buddhism, if you like, is always about moderation, the middle way, neither too little nor too much, too positive or too negative, too optimistic or too pessimistic. Optimists and pessimists are both distorting reality. The goal was to avoid bias and accept reality. What did equal breathing have to do with this? Well, breathing in is life. As long as we are breathing in, we are alive. As soon as we stop breathing in, we are losing oxygen, the fundamental of life. And who knows if we'll ever get the chance to take another breath. Breathing out is dangerous. It's a leap of faith into the future. If you don't have much faith in the future, if you are indeed somewhat pessimistic, you will instinctively want to limit the dangerous time spent breathing out and prolong the safe, life-protecting breath in. If you are an optimist, if the future feels safe and you are sure there will be plenty more chances to breathe in, your out-breath will tend to be longer and your in-breath will be shorter. The whole point of equal breathing is to take no position, to avoid biases about the world. What does this have to do with today's psychology? A few things, and the links between them need some groundwork. Allow me to lay out the path. Psychologists often refer to depression as dwelling in the past, and anxiety as fear of the future. Anxiety, fear of the future. Severe anxiety causing anxiety attacks or panic attacks affects our breathing. Sufferers describe rapid shallow breathing or needing to take big gasping breaths. Either breathing strategy is designed to draw in as much oxygen as possible, the element most needed for fighting or running from a threat. Drawing in as much air as possible is the classic pessimist strategy referred to by the guru guy, the classic strategy for the dangerous world bias. Given that the brain and body rely on constant two-way feedback systems, each monitoring the other, it also follows that the very act of breathing rapidly or dragging deeply to increase oxygen levels also increases arousal and potentially the perception of anxiety. And, conversely, the opposite way of breathing, that is, the long breath out, "I've got lots of time to breathe again, the world is cool and I'm safe," type breathing, signals the brain and reduces anxiety. And now I'm remembering that original explanation about yoga and how the rapidly breathing creatures live short, fearful lives, while the slow breathers, etc., etc. So, if you want to reduce the onset of anxiety and even panic attacks, remember to breathe out. And if you want to train your brain to maintain equilibrium when you are going into situations you've previously found worrying, try doing 10 rounds of eagle breathing a few minutes beforehand, a little bit more slowly. Thanks for spending time with us today. Brought to you by Stories of Mind, Solutions for Living.